Okay, you're on.
Am I audible? Do I sound like you can hear me clearly?
Why can't you see me?
I can't see you too well, but I can hear you.
Wave your hand. Yes, I see you move. I see you move. It worked. Nobody moved. Nobody moved from wherever they are. Everybody, all of you are in the right place.
Hi. So this is a re-recording of an Instagram live session that I did back in May, and we lost it at the 55th minute, unfortunately. So we're just trying to re-record it and hopefully try to get the same output out of it. And this is take number 10 of Stories with Shastri, and I have SAI SETHU coming on board. SAI is primarily an engineer turned journalist who currently runs an online channel called On the Ground on Instagram and Facebook. He creates video stories of ordinary Indians with extraordinary stories or inspiring and fascinating villages across the country and ingenious ideas brought to life by trailblazing minds. The duration of these videos is 99 seconds. They are informative, inspiring, and eye-opening. He's an independent creator. He researches, travels, films, writes, and edits all of them together. So I'm just waiting for him to join, and we can take it from there. Hi. Because we have.
I like you recorded it. The first thing you did was the recording this time.
Yeah, I was like, gotta do it. So even when I scheduled it, right, I was like, automatically start recording. So when I started it, it recorded. So I don't have to worry. And also, it was so heartbreaking to, lose all of those, all of that content. It's not even funny. It was just. So, can you tell our listeners a little more about you?
So my name is Tai, and I have to start with I'm from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I'm an engineer who did mechanical engineering back in 2011 in VIT, which is in Vellore, Tamil Nadu. And so during college I was a lot into culturals and all of that. So eventually I wanted to do something with people involved. So when I finished engineering, I started pursuing journalism in this college called Asian College of Journalism, which is in Chennai. I did broadcast journalism, so I got placed after that, after a one-year course in New Delhi in a national TV channel called India Today. So I worked at India Today for a year, and I worked at another channel called Quint for a year, and then another channel called Beyond for a year. So I did, I worked in a professional career for about 3 years. I was a writer, a producer, a video producer, and anchor in different parts of these 3 years. And so I was just so tired of the sensationalism that comes along with the mainstream media. So I wanted to do something that actually leaves an impact. And so then I started my own channel called On the Ground.
Okay, and why did you decide on the name On the Ground?
Okay, why on the ground? Because I feel like journalism starts on the ground. Journalism is where the people are, right? And it's where the places are. It's where the ideas are. So I wanted to do something. I mean, I wanted to do something that will immediately convey the crux of my channel and the vision of my channel. So, and I've always been taught, and I've always learned that journalism starts on the ground. So so I wanted all my videos to be on the ground, to be staged on the ground. People should feel like the real stories are out there, and not where the anchors sit in studios and just sensationalize stuff and do stories disguised as journalism. So yeah.
Right, that makes sense. And what was the response from your family what was it like when you told them that you wanted to shift from engineering to journalism and then to On the Ground?
Oh, in the first few times, I mean, they were a little skeptical because it's a very different career shift. It's a paradigm shift, and any parent would be a little surprised about putting their son in such a good college, who is eventually just shifting careers and shifting gears. So yeah, initially they were a bit skeptical, but as I kept proving myself, I think I proved myself. So as I kept showing more interest and more passion towards it, I think they were very supportive, and I'm very lucky and very privileged to do this in the first place. So I should definitely thank my parents. I think parents should be as supportive as this. and yeah, let people experiment at least if they have the privilege and if they have the drive. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true, and I am very glad that you have parents like that. So, you create specifically. You are known to create 99-second videos. Was there a
Yeah.
reason you put that number for the duration of your
Hmm.
pieces?
So as even you know, Sanghamitra, like the shots, I mean the attention span of everyone on social media these days are very meager. They're very less. It's very short span. So but at the same time, even a small attention span could make a lot of difference.
Hmm.
So I thought, I should pick up something which is very short and cater to the masses, because the masses spend a lot of time on the phone, but very less time on an individual post on social media.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to do something which is short, but equally impactful and inspiring and informative. So the reason why I chose 99 seconds specifically is because it's just catchy, right? It's
Yeah.
easy. It's nice to say 99 seconds. It's pretty much
Did,
it. It's
did you
not.
pick that? Did you pick that up from barter pricing?
No, 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 no.
You know about the pricing model and the whole marketing
Yeah,
strategy that
yeah,
they
yeah.
work with,
Like the
right?
dollar thing you're saying, right? Like the dollar store where everything used to be 99, something
Yeah,
like that.
so Bata was nearly running out of business, and they started
Okay,
this thing where in India only,
okay,
specifically I'm talking about, where they introduced this concept of
okay.
either 49 or 99.
Very cool. Yeah,
So if
it's a
someone's buying it in their head,
yeah,
99
yeah.
is lesser, much lesser than 100. So
100. Yes, yes, yes,
so yeah, so
yes. You're right.
that's where I got that from. So how did you land your first story?
The first story was quite a challenge because first story, like, who the hell are you? I mean, you're
Yeah.
going to be the first person in someone else's channel, so you're not going to, if as a subject, from a subject's point of view, like what are you gaining? What am I gaining by giving a story to this guy who has no background, who has no viewership as
Yeah.
such, right? You whatever you when you're doing something new, you always want at least from a general point of view, you always want some kind of attention. Otherwise, why are you doing it? At least, yeah. So at least that's how I thought they would perceive this. But when the first few stories were a little challenging. It was a more meticulous process. I had to write mails, I had to send messages, I had to convince them, I had to make them trust me. It was not easy. So I used my portfolio back in what I had in news. So I sent them that. And yeah, so because of that, it was relatively easy. But as I kept doing more stories, now all I have to do is send a link. And when they watch videos, they're immediately interested. There are hardly anyone who says no. Apart from the fact that if there are external factors like timings and logistics, which is a problem, but nobody has ever denied, wanting to do a video. But and that's something something to really learn, because like they didn't. I mean, nobody trusted me in the beginning, but now it's easy. Now it's easy. So when you start something new, it's important to know that it might be very difficult in the starting, but things get easier as you
Yeah.
go. Easier.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. It's not something that one hears of where you've quit your job completely to travel every state and do it. Because how many episodes have you finished so far? I think you posted the 100th one already?
No, it's 95. Yeah, 95
Yeah, I
as of
remember seeing 93 and I was like, oh, 100's coming, 100's coming, 100's coming.
yeah, it's 95, and I can't believe it, Sangha. Like, can you believe it?
No,
In
I can't.
Maharashtra, yeah, it's crazy. And you've been singing from the first, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you've
I've
been
been seeing
singing it from the first.
every single episode so far.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful for you. Like, when
I
I
haven't,
used to
to
see,
be fair, I haven't watched all. I have to still go and see which ones I
that's
haven't
completely
watched.
fine. That's completely fine. But the support is moral support is what matters. I'm genuinely thankful for that. Like, I've been seeing from the first. Sanghamitra used to like, so I used to be like, Sanghamitra likes it, so I'll make another video.
Yeah, but it's Cookie Cutter now. I've changed the name.
Yeah, now it's changed.
It's changed to Cookie Cutter Shark.
Cookie cutter shark.
There's actually a shark that's called the Cookie Cutter Shark.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're in the shape of a cigar, and they they're found in the very depths of the ocean, and basically prey on their meat by cutting out cookie shaped pieces from their flesh, so that way
Oh,
they can attack creatures that are way bigger than them with just that little bit and inflict maximum damage.
in that cookie shape.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah, that's why I really like it.
I'm gonna Google them.
Do it. It's damn cute. Also Google Dumbo octopus while you're at it. I think it's great.
Dumbo the elephant?
Yeah, so there's this octopus that is found in the ocean that got the name from Dumbo the elephant, and it looks so cute. It's like a tiny blob with like a little bit falling out. So it's quite cool. Going
Nice,
back,
nice. Yeah.
Does gear matter?
So gear matters, yes and no. When I say gear matters, it matters with respect to good quality video, good quality audio. If you're able to, you should be able to deliver a story and deliver the message along with your story. If you're able to satisfy all of these parameters, even with the most basic gear, that means you've achieved what you wanted to do. Okay. So it's important that whatever you're doing is clear and it's having an impact. And yeah, so if you can do these things even with the most basic phones or even with the most basic cameras, I think it's fine. I have a basic camera myself. It's not an advanced camera, and I don't even know what is ISO properly. You have experienced it with me yourself, right? You have taught me what ISO is much more than I knew before. I don't know what much more than I knew before. Like, you just like, yeah, do this, and I was like, yeah, this is working. Yeah, you did help me a bit. So,
Thanks. I almost thought
yeah.
I was so scared I was useless that day.
No, of course not. What are you saying? I had such a good time.
You're self-deprecating a lot. I'm always self-deprecating.
Such a good memory, Sangha. Like, we went
Yeah,
to
it was though. I won't deny that.
and it was a nice village. It was a nice quaint.
It's quite sweet. I really enjoyed it. Anyway.
Strawberries.
Oh, dude, the strawberry guy.
Oh my god. What we okay, we'll get back to that story. So yeah, I don't even know what ISO is properly until now, to be honest, and I don't even know what the other features exactly do. I just simply adjust whatever fits and accommodates and looks good in my frame. I do it. So I'm just evidence that you don't need to know these things. If you want to do it, you do it.
Yes, that's true. I agree. And I think you're learning as you go. I've seen a very stark difference in the quality of the stuff you're putting out. At least, I'm not talking about story-wise, but image-wise.
Production-wise?
Yes, it's gotten a lot better. And I really...
lot better, right? Yeah.
I mean, I remember...
Would you call it professional now, Sangha?
Huh?
Would you call it professional now?
With what?
With respect to production?
With production, you are very much a professional.
Really?
Yeah, you just need a little more help on and off, but everyone does. So
yeah.
I always need help. It's not even funny. Like, and if I'm by myself, I will lose all of my marbles when I'm trying to, take care of the production of something. I was like, no, I don't want it like this. But
yeah,
I think you're pretty good. I think you're pretty good. You need to, I feel like if you put out more and you keep doing it more, you'll get it. I remember Ansel Adams once said that your first, I think 10,000 or 100,000 photographs are your worst.
Shit.
So
100,000 photographs.
Yeah.
How many have you clicked, Sangha? Can you give me an estimate?
I have easily clicked over 100,000.
What the?
Yeah. I'm past the 100,000 mark, but I still don't think they're great. I still think they can do with a lot.
You're really good. You're really good.
No, I haven't touched my camera since the lockdown.
Maybe that's just because you have a benchmark of where you want to reach. So you're just like, I haven't. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I still see a lot that, now I look at photos that I have taken and it's just cringy after a point. Some of them are just bad. And I was just looking at them and like, what was I thinking? Why did I click that?
But you know what? Like, this creative process is such that, like, only if you do those things, you can get here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I get
There's
that
no other way
absolutely.
around. Like only if you can do bad videos, you can do good videos. Only
Yeah, only if I can do bad live streams, I can do good live streams.
yes, yes. I think that it's painful, but it's true.
It is. It is. Speaking
Yeah.
of, working by ourselves, when do you think is the right time for you to expand your team? Because you work alone.
Yeah, I work alone, and I don't. I want to work alone as much as I want. Like I'm confident enough to hire someone. Like when I say that, I mean I want to do at least 150 videos. I want to do at least 12 to 13 states. I've done 7 now, 7 or 8. Yeah, I want to do at least 13 to 14 states. I want to really push myself so that I'm sort of a leader. Like I want that quality to like naturally grow. Like that's something that comes naturally. So whoever I want to hire, I want to be able to confidently say that you can do this or you can't do this. You know what I mean? Like, so I want that much experience, and I want that strong. I mean that. Yeah, robust vision to hire people, and it's also about finding people who share the same wavelength, right? Because I'm going to be traveling with them, and they need to be as persevering as I do. They need to be as
Yeah.
driven as I do. So those things are hard to find, and I feel that my journey will take me to those people. I'm hoping it does. So yeah, let's see.
But don't you feel like it's something you will probably maybe if you do see a sense of it, but then the whole bit about them persevering nearly as much, if not nearly as much,
Yeah,
if not
well,
equally
that's more than
as much
enough.
as
That's
you.
more than enough. That's
Okay.
more than enough. Yeah, even if they do 80% as I do, and that's more than enough. I'll be happy, but it should be like a community. It should be like we are doing this together. That I need. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, that is important. That is important. Yeah.
If anyone's listening and if you want to work with Sai and travel and cover these wonderful stories, you have to get in touch with at ontheground.99 on Instagram. I think I got that one right. It's at ontheground.99, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
on the ground. That's 99.
So,
Yes.
people tend to travel to take a break, but then that's not the case with you. You're working, your work is travel. So, what are your breaks like? What do you do?
Yeah, so right now it's generally my breaks are like escaping into Netflix, talking a lot on the phone with my friends,
Hmm.
and yeah, reading. I like reading, but not novels or fiction or anything like that. Just reading online. I love reading articles.
What was the
And
last article you read?
the last article I read something about China and India, about how India has screwed up in the whole Chinese fiasco. And it was an article on the Japan Times. So I was thinking to myself, okay, now we're getting shamed of the international community. Yeah. So there's an article about the border issue. Yeah,
Right.
but I haven't been reading quite a lot of news because news can really get to you. So this is my detox time. But yeah, getting back to the point. Yeah, I take breaks here and there whenever I can. Weekends sometimes. I do not lead like extremely stringent life. No, I like to rage. I like to like enjoy, and I like to work my ass off also. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I guess it is. But then that's such an interesting way to see you know, how it's shaping up for you in the sense of, I feel like, has it changed your idea of what a break is from, say,
Yeah,
2 years
it
ago and today?
absolutely. Now I don't want to. I feel super guilty even if I take a day's break. Even that day has to be useful in some way or the other, even if it's just enjoyment.
Yeah.
But even if when I watch content, I should watch content that will benefit my work. It's become like that now.
Yeah. No, I
Okay,
get what you're
and
saying.
it's my own company. So I mean, it's my not company. It's my own baby. So I know, yeah. I think many of them will be like that if that's the case. And I have a deadline. I have to put out a video out every Tuesday and Friday. Now, because of the pandemic, it's only Tuesday. Otherwise, I have no reason to not back out because I've promised my audience that. And that kind of consistency is very necessary to develop a rapport with your audience because they will see that this guy is actually giving us 50 videos on every Tuesday and Friday. So yeah, so since you have deadlines, yeah, you just have to work towards it. You have no other choice, and yeah, it's kind of fulfilling that you are actually meeting deadlines. And like you said, like there are I mean, breaks are very different now. I don't procrastinate as much as I did before, and but why not? We should hustle now, right, Sangha? You should accept that with me. Right? It's a hustling
Yeah,
day.
it is a hustle, but it's also, I think it's also necessary to take a break when your mind and your body tells you to. But coming back to
True.
what you were saying, I must tell you, I find your sense of discipline so inspiring, and
Yeah.
your sense of consistency and that self-discipline. I lack it. I was telling you earlier, I did 23 and I want to cry in a corner and just go like, okay, I don't want more. But but then I know that I'm not going to stop that. Then with you, I remember when we were hanging out, I think we were all supposed to go out somewhere in Coimbatore, and we were like, no, I'm not coming, I'm going to go edit and
Yeah.
stuff. And then I never seen something like that before. I probably surrounded myself with people who didn't do that, or it could
Yes.
probably be that I never paid attention when they did. But then here it was just like, because I had met you and I was like, I've heard so much about you, I've seen your work, and there was like a full fangirl moment happening. And and then you just say that, okay, I'm not coming out, I have to finish editing, and that is it. And I think that is very brilliant. I feel like that is
Yeah.
going to take you to such great heights.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much. But Sangha, that's where the difference is, Sangha. Those small details. If
Yeah.
you have to say no's. You have to look at the larger picture and say no's. Because might as well, I mean, we're working so hard, like might as well like have a good larger picture, right? So, and we can say a few no's, right? What's the big deal? What are we losing? Of course, it's a sacrifice. Okay, you want to like be with your friends all the time, but it's those sacrifices what set you apart. That's my learning until now.
Yeah,
And you are
absolutely.
dedicated. Like, you are super dedicated too. Like, I mean, maybe you don't have deadlines, but I know that you work overnight, and I know that you have a crazy sense of discipline. It may not be the best cycle,
Yeah.
okay? That is a problem with you. You need to change the cycle. Working all night and sleeping all day. No.
I did fix that in the middle for about 2 weeks. For about 2 weeks, I was sleeping at 10:30, between 9:30 and 10:30 at night, and I'd wake up at 4:30 in the morning, between 4 and 4:30 in the morning, and I'd start my day at 4:30. And I was the happiest and the most balanced in those 2 weeks. And I was working
Yes.
out. I was, so I was constantly sending Jatin updates because he also wanted to work out. So I was like, I'll just send you what all I'm doing. So, you see it and you go like, okay, cool, then I'll do something. And I don't know what happened, and it just crashed and burned.
Sangha, it's just you've done it for 2 weeks. Do it for 4 weeks. It'll be your own. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
but
do
I
it for.
force myself to fall asleep, which is a tough one.
Yeah, and I understand when you say that your 23rd video, you're just like, what the hell am I doing? Okay, do more, keep going. That's all. Just keep going. Just don't think twice. Just keep going. You'll never know. By 30th video, you may like it much more than you liked it before. Okay, so just keep going. Push it a little harder. Even if nobody's watching, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's that's you satisfying yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
imagine like after 2-3 months, like you're looking back and you're just like you're gonna think about how I did 23. I should have just done another 15.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I get that. I think I will try it. Is there a particular s- okay, so is there a particular story that you wish you'd covered but you couldn't due to time constraints or any limited logistics?
Yeah, there has been one, I think, or two, both in Kerala. One is about a village where everyone's a twin. Okay, it's a
Hmm.
very fascinating village.
Yeah.
Like a population of 6-7 thousand people, about 2-3 thousand people are twins. So yeah, that is one of them. And the other is another story in Kerala about this tribal woman who climbs mountains every day. She goes on a boat ride and she goes into a tribal area from urban landscape in one of the places in Kerala, and she educates children. Yes. So yeah, I thought that was a great story. Every day she goes on a journey to go and teach 4-5 kids, and comes back home to her city from a very inner located tribal, remote tribal area. So yeah, those two stories I felt very bad. you can actually feel like your heart is sinking when the story is not going to come to you. Yeah, because you just feel so passionate about it, and you just want to do it. It's like, I want to click that photograph, but I'm not able to click that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I really like the story. I would love to meet this woman someday. It would be pretty cool.
yeah.
She sounds. So what's it like being on the ground in this lockdown? What has it been like in the past 3 months?
Yeah. So in the last 3 months, I always have some videos in the bank. I always save some videos so that, in circumstances like these. So I had a batch of 7, 8 videos, and now that I've reduced the release rate to one a week, so now I've just been doing some longer videos, 3-minute videos, some on the COVID crisis. I've been finding COVID warriors from different aspects of life. So I've been doing videos on them, and somehow I've been managing. I'm hoping to manage for another 2 months at least.
Hmm.
Uh, I believe in my journey, so I think I'll manage. Let's see.
I think so too. I really think so. Do you feel like storytelling has taken a back seat when it comes to mainstream media?
100%, there's no debate about it. Like the whole storytelling mainstream media it's not even storytelling, it's basically theater, and it's drama. It's just feeding on the vulnerabilities of the masses, which is the worst way news must be said. And of course, I cannot generalize. That's a very wrong thing to do. There's a large section of the media and many journalists who do very genuine work, brilliant videos, brilliant articles, and on the ground work. But they're all been represented by a certain bunch of mainstream primetime anchors who just sensationalize, who just have ruined the whole idea of news with a meaningless debate culture. So it's just very misguided, and it's just so wrong. Nobody talks facts, and it's just fully peddling propaganda these days. When a person who does 99-second videos like me can have a considerable impact, which I can visibly see with my comments or the messages that people send me. A person with millions of viewership in a 1 hour time slot can change mindsets, can change the way people think, and set tone for a country the next day. But they use it in the most negative way. They use it as a tool to propagate, and so it's just wrong.
Right, but don't you think, when you say that it's more drama and more theater now, isn't drama and theater also a form of storytelling? Even though it is in a negative light.
Yeah, it is a form of storytelling, but news must be backed with facts and with the correct information. You cannot dramatize facts and
Right.
figures.
Yeah.
Facts are facts, right? It's hard facts, hard line facts. So you cannot dramatize anything for the sake of your own well-being. And news must be just delivered. Like, your job is to deliver the news. It's for the audience to interpret whether it's right or wrong. Your job is to deliver all the sides of the news so that the audience can interpret it. Your job is not to pick one side and keep feeding that into the audience's eyes until they get convinced that this is the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
What would you say
Yeah.
is the purpose of your storytelling style?
The purpose of my storytelling style is to inform, is to inspire, is to leave an impact, and to keep the audience interested and intrigued. So they are basically 5 eyes, if you have noticed. Yeah, inform, inspire, impact, intrigue, and interest. So I try to incorporate all of these values into those 99 seconds. I don't know how many times I've succeeded or how many times I've failed, but this is the intention.
Right. And how do you select the stories that you want to feature?
They're very simple. Like, if anything is different, unique, when you read a story, when you see a story, you know whether it inspires you. Like, you just know whether it resonates with you or not. It's natural. Like, it's about watching a movie. That when you watch a movie, it either resonates with you or it doesn't. That's how you judge whether you like it or not, right? So now that I'm the creator of the stories and not the reader or the viewer, I have to be a little more broad-minded when it comes to picking stories. So yeah, I keep my mind broad-minded. Even if I find one inspiring thing, if I feel like this particular quality of this person in this story can inspire at least a few people, then I do it. So it's all about that. It's about something different, something unique, something that has been overshadowed, something that has been untold. Yeah, yeah.
So something that you say that would you say that it's something that you think should be discovered? It's meant to be discovered.
Yes, it is meant to be discovered for sure. These things are, if you ask me, of course, it's just my opinion, but these are real original stories. Like, these stories matter more than our politicians, because these people are shaping societies, are shaping communities, are shaping ideas and our future. So
Yeah.
these people need to be brought to light. There should be light shed on these people and not on people who are looting us in and day out, at least in a country like India. So, and who are not doing much, at least the majority of them. So yeah, these people are really, really important, and you're so inspired by them, and you want to be inspired at the end of the day, right? Like, life is about getting past it, and to get through life, you need inspiration. So yeah, these guys have it all in a way. Yeah.
True. One of my favorite stories from your series so far has been the one about the free school under the bridge.
Oh yeah.
I think that really moved me. I really, really liked it so much.
Hey, no, can you believe it? Like,
Yeah, it
it's
warmed my heart.
somewhere like right below a railway station. There's a guy teaching
Yeah.
300 kids.
Yeah. He started with what? Two, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy. It's a movement, right? 300 people plus their families are going to have better lives.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true. It's brilliant, and there is such a. It's unfortunate, but then it's something so trivial, that we need people like that. But then there's such a dearth of people who think about that.
Yes, yes.
So,
True. True.
where do you think the imbalance lies, and what do you think we can do to change that?
The imbalance of the good and the bad, is that what you're asking me?
The choices that we make of things to help,
Things to help.
things,
I think,
situations, people.
yeah, I think everyone must do something meaningful. Like, even if it's not your primary job, like, do something meaningful on the side. You should everybody should acknowledge and take notice of their point of privilege, at least people like us, and do something, whether it's the most simple photograph
Yeah.
that of the common people that you click a lot of commoners photographs, and when you show it to them, it leaves an impact, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that 1 hour of impact that you will change in that guy's life matters.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the cigarette guy?
No, who's he?
There was this. I went on a street photography thing because I felt like I just had to try it. It was the first time I'd ever consciously, tried to go and take photos on the street. And we were walking outside the area where I live, and there was this tire shop, and right next to the tire shop was a cigarette shop. So outside the tire shop, there was this huge bathtub, and there was a man with full of water, and there was a man washing his hands in there.
Uh-huh.
And there's like little droplets falling. So I asked him whether I could take a photo of him doing that. So he does that, and he is looking at me. I'm actually going to try to find it and send you a link. So I took this photo of this man, and he gets me. I went and I got it printed, and I sent it. I gave it to him. And I handed it to him, and this was about, I want to say, about 3 years ago. He took the photo home, and his wife was like, "Who took this photo of you?" It was so cute.
So nice. See, one photo has brought you a 2-year relationship. Imagine.
Yeah, and I still even right now I'm wondering how he is, and what he's doing. We keep asking each other how the other person is, talking to each other about what we're doing.
So sweet.
And stuff like that. I'm just looking for that photo. Hold on.
So sweet. Love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got it printed and I sent it to him.
So much drama in the black and white. Monochrome is always like that.
Yeah, it's my go-to. Okay, coming back. So, is there an idea that you came across that made you wish that you thought of it earlier?
General point of view, right? From a
Yeah.
general point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is InShots is there, no?
Mm-hmm.
You know the InShots app
Yeah.
about curating news from across media
Yeah.
platforms and telling news in 60 words.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great idea, and it's a great success. That guy makes $15 to $20 million a year, and it keeps everybody informed, and it's a superb idea. And
Yeah.
so that is something that I was like, shit, why are we so stupid? Why can't we think of these things?
I thought it was an Indian thing.
It is an Indian thing. It is an Indian thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what has been your biggest takeaway from the stories that you've created so far?
Biggest takeaway. Lots of takeaways. Always believe in what you do. Always do what you believe in. And even if you have to put your life on the line, never give up. And persevere, be resilient, and live life in a meaningful way.
And that's okay. Those are really strong ones. But then, is there
Yeah.
something that you think that something a takeaway that we may not inherently have within us?
Within us, I think simplicity and non is opposite of materialism, non-materialism, like
I think it's immaterialism.
immaterialism. Yeah. So being immaterial is not something that comes at least naturally to me. Like we're all like that. So
Yeah.
but I want to be materialistic. I want to have money, and I do not want to be like like a middle class. I don't want that. I want to make good money. I want to live a good lifestyle, and that's something that we naturally want to have, and those people don't want that. They're fine. So that's something we can't have naturally. I can't have naturally.
You know, I feel like we both of us got that lesson with the man who gave us the strawberries, where we both picked out just like one, and then he said, "Why are you taking just one?" Because we were so used to being in the urban setting.
Literally, that
And
is so true.
what are you doing?
Yeah, we were just like, why is he giving us more? What is this weird guy?
Yeah, it was quite cool though. I really liked it. I think that really taught me about how we take material objects and the things we think that we deserve, or the things we want to grab opportunities of, quite literally as a strawberry. But yeah, that was quite a learning experience for me.
True.
And what drives you to keep doing this?
My love for people, my love for storytelling, and my drive of wanting to leave an impact before I leave this world, and wanting to be known for my work, and wanting to connect with people through my work. Yeah, all of these things. I think that is a sense of narcissism also involved. That I do.
Oh, of course.
I do want to be known for my work. Yes, all of that for sure.
Right. And do you have a plan for the next 5 years?
The next 5 years is too much. Next 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can you share out of that?
Travel more, do lots of videos, bring a lot of untold stories, and increase the viewership exponentially higher, and build a business around it. I'm at it, and I'm hoping to do that. Build a good business around it, and empower a lot of young journalists like me. Take them under my wing, train them through webinars or anything like that. Impart knowledge, and all of that. Yeah.
It's pretty good. What do you think? Do you ever wonder what life would have been like had you continued with pursuing engineering?
Oh no, I think I would have been miserable. Yeah, I think I would have been in a good, nice city, like settled in a job, but I would have been so unhappy with the fact that I didn't do anything different. I think for me it was more like I reached a point where my full head was just swallowed by passion, swallowed by wanting to do something. So I just couldn't go any other way. I don't know if you can relate to it, Sangha. Like, can you? Like,
Yeah.
I just couldn't look any other direction. I was like, I have to do this because otherwise it won't be good for my mental health. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
just have to do it.
I had that when I decided to drop out of journalism school. It was a huge decision, and my mom was very upset. My teachers were my mom's colleagues and friends who saw me since I was a kid, so they were very upset. My teachers from school were very upset because somehow they all always thought that because my mom's a journalist, I would go that same way.
Right.
But
And you are a journalist in a certain way, in many ways actually. You're a very curious person. You click photographs. Enough quality.
I'm going the non-traditional way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't want journalism to be my something I'm known for in that sense.
Yeah, fair enough. I completely understand that, trust me.
But you know, I hope you published 95. I hope you published 9,995 and you get to that point, and I'm going to be there every step of the way hooting for you. And
I'm touched.
I am so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what more brilliance you put out into this world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for agreeing to re-record this. I know.
No, of course. And thank you so much for allowing me to do this live. You're the first live on the ground. So.
The first what?
First person to do live.
Yeah, the first live on the ground. Yeah.
See you soon.
Bye.